I did that, you know, has helped me today. I've not reached anywhere. I've not even started the ladder. I've not even climbed even one stage on the ladder. I've not reached anywhere. I have nothing. I'm still learning. But then the little I have, I'm going to share with you. So now, lesson number one you need to know is that opportunities become visible when you engage with professional communities. Let me be honest with you. Opportunities, they become visible when you engage with professional communities. The world we live in today is a global village. Okay, we are interconnected across various platforms. You go to LinkedIn, you see people posting opportunities. Is it job opportunities, scholarships, publications, people in terms of collaboration? I completed my bachelor's degree just in 2022 from the University of Cape Coast. Okay, and just like, you know, I graduated with the first class. It's just normal. But then, at the back of my mind, I knew what I wanted to do. I had a purpose. And I know that the purpose I had comes with hard work. So what did I do? Right from the bachelor's degree, usually when you are done with our undergraduate fees, we tend to put them somewhere. But me, Christian, I went to the next step of trying to publish my paper. I remember I sent it to one journal. I'm not going to mention the name. They rejected me. But that didn't stop me. I spoke to my supervisor, Reverend James William Ampofu, who was my then lecturer. He said, let's look at this journal. I didn't know what even a manuscript was as at that time. This is around 2022, somewhere around December. I didn't know what manuscript was. I had to go online, search, and look at how you structure a manuscript. I sat down, structured it. That time, AI was not in. And I sent it to him. And it's like, okay, this is good. Let's submit. When I sent it for peer review, he came back with first comments. And since he was like, oh, do this, do that. After that, I never heard from him again. I had to sit down myself, learn, go through the bricks of even learning how to respond to reviewers' comments. And that was when I built it. That was when I had my first publication around June 2023. And you know, these things, they are like ripple effect. Once you start achieving them, it continues on and on and on. I didn't stop there. Somewhere around the same June, around 2023, this same lecturer reached out to me that after that time, I didn't know about ISMRT or ISMRM. It was like, oh, he's one of the organizing committees. That time they had one of their conferences in Accra. And I was like, oh, he was like, Christian, I want you to attend this conference. I was like, oh, yes, Prof. Yes, Reverend, I would come. I was there. That was when I met the top professors in terms of Professor Gordon Obule of Nigeria. I met Professor Iris Aslani. I met Professor Jerry Jones, Dr. Jones Obongoloj. These are these are the top people, like across the globe. I went there. I attended the session. After the conference, we came home. I was, you know, as usual, jumping around LinkedIn, and I saw a paper that has been published looking at research engagement among radiographers in UAE. And I saw the paper, I was like, oh, this one is like a sweet spot that we can leverage on. Quickly, I shared the paper on the page. We created a group and we did a study. I don't know if you guys have seen it. We looked at MRI research engagement among radiographers in Africa, in sub-Saharan Africa. That is, I would say to date, the biggest sub-Saharan African study looking at radiographers' participation in MRI research. If I didn't attend the conference, do you think I would have had such an opportunity? Absolutely no. And so it is there. So I just went to met these people. My lecturer, introduced me to the conference. I attended, and then it continued from there. The key point I'm trying to communicate here is that you don't have to be passive. You need to be active. You need to be active. Opportunities rarely appear if you are passive. Oh, let me try, let me just see. Oh, let me do this. No. The quality of effort you put in is going to determine what you're going to get. You can't put in 1% effort and expect to get 100%. No. You can put in 100% and still fail. But What defines who you are is the ability to rise up again and put in another effort again. If this journal had rejected me, the time the journal rejected me, I would have said that I'm tired. But I still pursued. And that is what led to my first publication. And today it is continuing that way. Again, the second thing you need to understand is that preparation determines who can take advantage of opportunities. Preparation. That is why this mentorship scheme is here. This mentorship session is here to give you guys the necessary skill set that you need to be successful. Again, the people on the mentors you guys have been given, I can tell you on authority, are some of the brilliant minds you can ever come across. Some of the brilliant minds you can ever come across in Africa, especially for our generation, this is our young generation. Joseph Akabi here, Mr. Wisdom, Mr. Comrade, Miss Jacqueline Tairu, a lot of people. These are people that you can learn from if only you follow or if you apply the 3 principles I shared initially. Someone might say that, hey, Christian is doing a PhD and he's doing this, doing that. Let me tell you the honest truth. My people, it's not easy. When I graduated from school, November 2022, I remember I used to, after completion, I used to stay up all night just learning how to write personal statements. Nobody taught me how to write those statements. I learned them on my own. So I write them, then I try and see, then I go online, see what other people have written, trying to compare them. I stayed up all night like as though I now started my first degree. Stayed up all night, just learning how to write them. If you come and see me behind my table and my laptop, my colleagues, they know. Those who are my roommates, they know. I stayed up all night like as though I'm not starting the university. Today, thanks to AI can give you a structure. You can structure it this way, this way, this way. That doesn't mean that AI should write it for you. No, can give you the structure. Okay, you can structure it this way. Then you will sit down as a human being. Then now let your mind or your brain do the thinking and do the writing. Polishing, you can write and send to other people. They can polish it for you, but then the work comes from you. And so you need to prepare. I applied for a lot of scholarships. I got rejected, but I still kept on preparing. Every scholarship rejection taught me a new lesson that I was applying my next one. I can mention, I applied for Erasmus Mundus. I got rejected. I was applying for, what's the name? Alan and Esther Ferguson. I got rejected. I applied for Shivinin. I got rejected. I applied for Commonwealth. I got rejected. I applied for Canterbury PhD. I got rejected. I applied for Queen Margaret University PhD. I got rejected. And so on and on and on. So you see the number of rejections I'm mentioning. And that didn't deter me. And funny enough, these opportunities were shared to me by my lecturers. One of the key people, or one of the influential people who played a key role in my development for the stage is Dr. Abdul Razak Winnie. Dr. Razak. He shared a PhD offer for me because he told us that he did straight bachelor's to PhD. I was doubting him. That is not something that is real. But I am a living testimony. Those who are wondering, I moved from the bachelor straight to a PhD. It is possible. It is possible, but not by mouth. It is possible by actions, by the effort you put in, and also above all, by the blessings of God or the deity you are worshiping. Because in as much as we are putting in the effort, you can put in the effort and still fail. And that is why everything you need to pray. That's what the Bible tells us. That I said, in all your ways, acknowledge him, and he shall direct your path. In as much as you are putting your human effort, you need the God factor too, my people. This PhD I applied for was shared on LinkedIn everywhere. People applied for it. I know some of my colleagues applied, went for interviews, but then I had it. Not that I'm better than them or not that I'm so good. No, I am. But I know people who are better than me. But I had it at the end of the day. And so you need to prepare. Before I started my PhD, I had one publication. So at least the research experience I had it. I prepared. If Mr. Joseph Akami here was the one who played with Dr. Razak, they played influential roles, key roles in me securing this scholarship. That is why I'm telling you once again that the mentors you have on this platform, if you have to take them serious over the next 6 months, when people, the things you would know and the things you would learn, you would marvel. And again, anytime you extend gratitude to the organizers and the founders of this network for coming up with such a brilliant scheme to train, nurture people, and build minds for the next generation. The last thing I'm going to tell you is growth requires you stepping beyond your familiar environment. Okay. If I had said that I'm done with school, I've gotten my first class, so let me just sleep, do you think I would have been here today? No. No. After school, kept on pursuing, reading, jumping here and there, attending the sessions. I can send you screenshots of people I had texted on Twitter and LinkedIn, trying just for them to teach me how to write personal statements. And we are in a busy world. Most people are busy. And it's completely normal. If I tell you the number of sessions I have attended, I had a diary just for scholarship applications. Because I knew that I wanted to continue the school. And I knew it comes at a cost. Stayed up all night, learn, did these things. You can write one personal statement, you can send it to this person can tell you that this is missing, my CV, jumping. There was one Nigerian man, it's called Dr. Olumoyu. I don't know if you guys know him. He's into lab, this one. His CV. That's what he shared. And there's one guy called Ugochukwumadu. He's on Twitter and he's really post on LinkedIn. He also moved from bachelor's to PhD. And these are people that I join their sessions, look for their CVs, a lot. And so, my people, growth is important, but then you need to step out from your comfort zones. Okay. Radiography is a global profession, as we all know. And professional development is increasing through collaboration across countries and institutions. I have done research with people that I've not even seen them before. Top professors. Top. I've never even seen them before. But we are on the same research paper. It doesn't happen by magic, through intentional effort. So, in terms of you being mentees at this point, one of the things I'm going to tell you is for you to broaden your perspective. Don't be restricted to just one thing. No, don't be restricted. No. The world is changing. The medical imaging profession we know today offers many opportunities through postgraduate education and doctoral research, international professional registration, research collaboration, digital health and artificial intelligence, and global health initiatives. A lot. As radiographers, you can even go into public health. In the world we are today, one of the key pressing issues is environmental sustainability. One of the key things, climate change, one of the key things, and medical imaging, we are one of the biggest contributors to this climate thing. So we can enter into such areas. And so I'm going to end my talk, okay, with a few things. By the end of this mentorship session, I'll be joining your cohort as the time passes by. I spoke to your founder about that. At the end of this, you need to show us something tangible. You need to show the organizers, your mentors, and us all something tangible that you have done. Is it about scholarship application? You should have put in a very solid and a competitive application. Is it research publication? You should have developed a solid manuscript. At least develop a manuscript that it is workable, that you can improve and submit for publication. Is it you training yourself in IT skills or maybe AI, machine learning? Start something. Enter into a technology program. These are avenues where the world we are, as I said, is changing. It's changing. And these are a lot of things that we can all venture in. So it's very important. And it can be you trying to register with an international, or international professional registration. Is it HCPC? Is it KORU? Is it the Canadian Society, or is it US? Like, try something. We need to show us something tangible. Very, very important. As we begin this mentorship session today, I'm going to leave you with a favorite quote from the management thinker, Peter Drucker. He once said, "The best way to predict the future is to create it." Over the next 6 to 7 months, the opportunities, guidance, and mentorship will be available to you. The real question that lies with you all is not who attended it. No, it is about who used this knowledge you have gained to create the future you want for yourselves and for the profession. Like Albert Einstein said, strive not to be a success, but rather to be of value. And value comes from the things you are learning today. You're going to learn from this mentorship session. A very big congratulations to all those who got selected for this mentorship session. And I wish you all the very best of luck in this mentorship session. Thank you all very much for your time once again. And I'm grateful to the founder and the organizers for inviting me to speak to you guys today. Thank you very much. I'm grateful.
Yeah, thank you very much, Mr. Christian, for your words of encouragement and for also sharing your own resilience pathway. I mean, one of the things I got from this is that growth requires stepping beyond your familiar environment. And also being someone that read Drucker books too, it hits hard when you put it, the best way to predict the future is to create it. Again, I don't know, Mr. Chris, I don't know whether you're going to still be on the call for us to take questions. I mean, some people might like to reach out to you and ask questions now. Are you still going to be on the call when we finish? So the questions are taken together, or
yes, I'll be on the call. I'll be on the call.
Okay. We'll proceed then. Once again, thank you very much, Mr. Christian, even for your kind words and for you agreeing to do this despite your heavy schedule. And I know when we rescheduled from 1st of March to 8th of March, it was I think it was less than 48 hours I reached out to ask for rescheduling, and you still agreed. We don't take it lightly. We don't take it lightly at all. All right. So moving on to we've heard from our guest speaker, and so let's look at the program tracks now. So across the registration, we had 5 tracks, right? We had scholarship and postgraduate opportunities. We have tech skills in an AI in medical imaging, global work and mobility pathways, fellowship programs and advanced training, then research and publication, 5 mentorship tracks. So these 5 mentorship tracks are going to run in 4 phases, right? So we have the phase 1, phase 2, phase 3, phase 4. So phase 1, it's going to be running in the month of March. Phase 1 orientation, which we are currently on, then discovery, whereby these opportunities will be shared across the platform. Oh, say for instance, scholarship opportunities. So we have mentors for Chevening, we have mentors for Commonwealth, we have for Erasmus Mundus, we have for IAE. So this is the discovery phase whereby we announce the things we have on board and the mentors we have. And if there is anyone, so during this discovery phase now, once we are pushing out the materials we have, if there's any other thing that you want to explore, like we said, this is the first of its kind across Africa, and we don't know it all. Even the planners don't know it all. So if there's any other opportunity that you've seen that you want us to also look into, you could always reach out to any of the group admins, right? Any of the group admins. They will let us know, and we'll research and in Africa that is already living the pathway, and we reach out to this, right? So that is for the discovery phase. So the next one is the requirement phase, where we're going to be bringing in this mentor. I will show you the mentor we have in the shop. We're going to be bringing in these mentors, right? And so for them to talk to us of what it entails, say for instance, oh, I want to learn how machine learning, what does it entail? How do I start? I want to learn how to write a good manuscript. My papers keep getting rejected by publishing journals. What do I do? So these mentors, they're going to like ease in the journey, right? They tell you what they did and how they did it. Right? That way, it saves us from a lot of mistakes or a lot of try and errors, right? And this requirement phase. So something I want to point out is, as this phase goes on, we have a kind of a strict policy, because at the end of this phase is we want to be able to get people that will train for the next cohort, right? Get people from this cohort that is going to train for the next, train other people for cohort 2027. So because of this, we're going to be a little bit strict. one of the mentors we've reached out to, some of them, they're very busy people, like Mr. Christian pointed out, and they say they want to work with only people that are very serious. Oh, I think one of the Commonwealth Share Scholar mentor we have, he said he wants to work with only people that want to apply this year, right? So because of how strict their rules are, we are going to keep by them, which means that we have to be up and doing. Tasks are supposed to be done within the deadline, not after. For example, the first task we had was group introduction. Introduce yourself to the group. What do you want to learn towards this? And I think that group, people from the global pathway, I don't think people have dropped messages in that group, and I don't know why, right? So that's a task. As simple as it is a task, right? So from phase 2, we're moving on to phase 3, which is the month where we start trying and start applying. Right? So this phase 3, it's very, very how will I say it? It's going to be changing. It's not fixed in the sense that several applications have several timelines, right? So because several applications have several timelines, how an application might come in phase 2, it depends on the timeline. So say for instance, if you want to apply for connexing or swim program for MRI practice, happens around it still happens around the 3rd to 4th months. But for instance, there are programs that has a very close deadline. Right? I think Mastercard Foundation Scholarship was too. So the phase 3 is going to be very flexible based on the timelines, right? So it might be moved forward, it might be moved backward based on the application timelines. Another need for us to be up and doing in performing each task that leads to this place, which we are going to be discussing in our WhatsApp community after this webinar. Then the last phase, which is the impact and train other phase, is we want at the end of this program, we should be have people in this call that have applied for several postgraduate opportunities and have succeeded in getting it. We should be having people in this call that have submitted manuscripts for various research and is published. You should be having people from this call that have attended programs, advanced training programs, and succeeded in them. So in the next cohort, those people are now going to give back, right? So this is the only giving back you're doing. It took a lot of resources to bring this together, but this is for free. The only giving back you're giving is that you have to be able to succeed in this program and train the next cohort in 2027, right? So that's about that. Again, can we still hear me? Am I moving too fast?
I can hear you, sir.
Okay.
We are hearing you, sir.
So these are we have. So we are very intentional about choosing these mentors because like I said earlier, this is a Pan-African thing. So it's Africans training for Africans, right? So we reached out. Some Africans are still in Africa, some are in diaspora. We have the likes of Chukwanogo Comrade, the likes of Jacqueline, Mrs. Rabiat, Mr. Wisdom, Mr. Christian, the person you just had talk to us now, Mr. Joseph, a lot of them, right? So these are the mentors we have on ground. And to tell you the truth, getting these mentors took a whole lot of work. There was a lot of code messagings on LinkedIn, code emailing, and we had a bunch of them turn us down, right? And probably because of their busy schedules and how it does not fit in their schedules. And some of the mentors we have here, the faces that if you've followed our programs, the Imaging Frontier programs over the years, you know that some of the faces here are familiar because they've been at Arspn before, and they're coming back again. It shows that, oh, they see something we do or the things we are doing at Arspn as worthwhile. So for somebody to people are, just like Mr. Christian pointed out, people are busy. People have various things they're doing with their life, right? So even though they're not doing anything, they need to rest, right? So for somebody to key into your ideology, to want to provide his time to go through this, it means that us that are at the receiving end of this should be up and doing. I keep on talking about up and doing, right? Because when the strict rules we come up and we start dropping people, when we start receiving messages, we are not going to respond, right? Because these people, they have a lot they are doing on their plate. It took a whole lot of convincing and pitching to get them on board, and we have to be up and doing. We have to show them that this is worthwhile, that at the end of this 6 months is half a year. So imagine at the end, they've wasted half of their year, right? So it's not worth it. So we have to show them that it is worth it. And so these are the mentors we have on board. I think this PDF would be shared to our WhatsApp community after the whole talk. So also part of the mentors we have on.
You're muted, sir, in case you are talking.
Please, we can't hear you, sir.
Sorry, I don't know that I was muted. Can we hear me now?
Yes, please.
Yes,
you can.
So what I was saying was these are the mentors we have on board, and these are the team that are behind the success of this thus far. It took a whole deal of planning. It's been over 2.5 months working on this. Then secondly, we've had calls of people that want to volunteer with Arspn, and we're still going to push out a call for volunteers later in the year. Right? We've seen your messages. We're going to respond to them soon. We're pushing out a call for volunteer later in the year, but at first we want to kick this off and running. Then, what are the goals for this program? So at the end of this program, you should be able to at least submit, even if it's one scholarship application, right? For people in postgraduate and opportunity track, even if it's one research application, at least one. The bare minimum is one. So it's another ball game if you got in, or if your paper was rejected, or if you applied for a fellowship and they did not take you. It's another a different ball game. So why we want you to succeed in them, I think the first step, just like Mr. Christian pointed out during his session, was applying for this mentorship program is even the first step, right? You've passed through the first step. The second step is seeing through this program, and at the end, putting in something out there, right? It kind of builds your confidence, whether or not you get in, whether or not you are rejected, whether or not you get in on it's a different story. We want you to get in, we want you to succeed. If you don't succeed, you can't be able to train others, right? So we want you to succeed. But the first step is to be able to just have the thought of success at the back of your mind. However, it's still way into the future. Focus on the now. What will lead you to succeeding is what you do now. Or say you have a meeting with a mentor by so time. You are on that call, you're on that meeting, and the task that was given, you complete it within the deadline. It's called it's like going to the gym to build muscles, right? You don't get your triceps and biceps boosted up over a day, right? It's a continuous effort. So once you take it gradually, and I'm telling you the truth, the people we have here are not just smart people, right? There are people that are also willing to teach. I've been able to engage them personally and differently. I think most of us have been able to engage with them at a personal level, right? So they are calm, they are well collected. They will teach you from adults, from lava pupa adults, right? They're willing to guide you from the basic upwards, but you have to be up and doing. Then next, so the tenets of this program is simple. You commit to the program, right? That's the key tenet. So you engage with your mentors and your peers. So while you are engaging with your mentors, right, we also try to also emphasize longitudinal collaborations too. So you're not just collaborating or meeting with your mentors up there, you're also engaging with your peers in your server community. Trust me, a whole lot of people that registered for this mentorship track, not necessarily that they registered, they have a whole lot on their on their resume, right? So it's another opportunity for you to get in touch with, oh, you have a contact of a radiographer that works in South Africa, that works in Kenya, or that works. So if you have a research output or anything that you would need coming from that country, medical imaging wise, you have somebody to reach out to. So this is a way of building a Pan-African relationship too. So another thing I'm emphasizing again is completing the milestones within the set timelines. I cannot emphasize this enough. Completing the milestones within the set timelines, right? So when it comes to reviewing, for example, now if we have, if you're applying for Commonwealth Shared Scholarship, please submit your statement of purpose to this email. Say you're submitting to Mr. Wisdom, and Mr. Wisdom tells you to submit by so deadline. He has a lot on his plate, right? If you don't submit by that deadline, he might not be able to review your application for you, right? The same goes for people applying for CAMRAT exam. The same goes for people applying for CORU, people applying for ACPC. If you are told to produce a certain document within a certain timeline, you should be able to do that. And for any chance that you cannot, I mean, we have a lot of bureaucratic blockades in Africa when it comes to getting documents. You should be able to state it on time. You shouldn't wait for them to reach out to you. Oh, you've not submitted this. Why have you not submitted? You now say, oh, I applied, though my school has not gotten back to me. No, you tell us your school has not reached back to you way before you are asked, way before the timeline, not after, right? So secondly, fourthly is to collaborate, to share and contribute to the entire learning environment. Then to foster accountability within your track too, because we're going to be putting little accountability measures. We're going to get each track is going to have a track captain, right? That you are going to be in constant communication with. While we are in constant communication with the track leader and also the mentors. So that way we can be able to foster a chain of accountability. So this is the end of, like I said, we want to rush this within an hour or an hour, 30 minutes max. So this is the end of today's onboarding session. And if you have any question concerning the track, I know some people have not registered, they've reached out and we've told them to be on this call. If you have any question concerning the track, concerning Mr. Christian's presentation, any question at all, this is the time you can put in your question in the chat box or you can unmute and ask. Okay, Mr. Felix, you can unmute and ask.
Good afternoon. I'm Felix from Lagos, Nigeria. I want to appreciate the organizers, first of all. I want to appreciate Mr. Christian as well. I hope I can be heard.
Yes.
All right, my question is,
Yes, sir.
can we pursue two things at the same time, or must it be one track?
Okay.
For instance, if you're interested in both postgraduate opportunities and also interested in international work application, I believe those two can go together. Is that something feasible, or does it have to be just one at a time? Thank you very much.
All right. Okay, so we've been having that question lately, and so the reason why we made it one track per person is because we want, at the end, we don't just want efficiency, that you run through two tracks. We want effectiveness as well, right? You should be able to have ample results. These tracks on its own is very taxful, right? It's very taxful, it's very intensive. So rather than trying to carry two things, and I mean, I don't doubt people's capability. Some people can carry these 5 tracks and still carry every other thing, and they succeed well in it, right? But at the same time, what would be better So at the end of this program, you could not achieve anything, but you joined the whole track, or you should be able to like, I did this, I did that, ample results. That's what we are looking at. So that's one of the reasons, because people get disoriented when they join different tracks. So what if, for example, you have a meeting with your mentor for scholarship opportunities by 1 p.m. and you also there's another meeting by that same 1 p.m. for people in the research and publication, and you are in the two tracks. How do you divide yourself, right? How do you divide yourself? You can't. Okay, so for us to be able to have a measurable result, that was one of the reasons we decided one track per person, right? One track per person. I don't know whether your question is answered.
Yes, it has been answered. Thank you very much.
Yeah. So before we proceed, I can see Mr. Samuel Ifebu Chechukwu on the call. So we're going to call him up. So he's going to be the one in charge of the tech and the AI skills in medical imaging. So he's going to tell us how it's going to be, because that's an area that I don't have so much ample knowledge in, although I'm learning on it too, right? So he's going to come and tell us how the track is going to go. He's an AI enthusiast and also into machine learning too. So Mr. Samuel Ifebuche, if you can unmute yourself. And the reason I'm saying this, so we ask the question generally. So if you have a question for him too, you can also put it up too. Mr. Samuel.
Oh, thank you, Sir Chibioke. And thank you, Sir Christian, for the wonderful presentation. Just like you said, my name is Samuel Ifebuche. I am a machine learning engineer, still in training. All of us, we are still learning. But one thing I like about this Arspn cohort is that it's an avenue for us to grow together. Nobody knows it all. So me and one other person will be the one that will be in charge of that particular track. And there's a way we plan to do it. It's going to be just like Sir Christian said, that for you to grow in this profession, you cannot go alone. For you to grow fast, and there's another that says that if you want to go fast in life, you go alone. But if you want to go far, you go in group. So this network is mainly for growth and collaboration. So we'll be collaborating with different tech academies that will carry us along as we are going. And majority of the tech academy we have are tech academy as it relates to healthcare aspects. So we'll be collaborating with Spark Academy, with Medics in Tech, all these and other tech academies. All these are tech academies that are basically for healthcare. So, and the way it's going, some of us here are already in Spark Academy. So there's no way you can join one academy with another, because it will be so intensive. So very soon, within this week, next week or so, then Medics in Tech will be starting their own this. So we will be collaborating with them. And if you are not among those people that register for Spark Academy, you'll be joining Medics in Tech, you'll be joining other academies, depending on your choice. So that's how we'll be doing it. And then what I want from you is your maximum commitment and cooperation. So, and again, there's something that when Sir Christian was presenting, he said something very, very important, that before I conclude what I'm saying, I would like to just touch on that aspect again. When he was talking about his growth, so he talked about how his mentors, some of his lecturers helped him. And then I must tell you that some of the students, some of you students that are still in school, don't actually know what you have in school, by the type of lecturers that you have. Some people, they used to say that they don't want any lecturer to know them. But I'm telling you from my experiences and from what I've gotten from those lecturers, that a lot of people may be afraid to approach. What's the kind of people that they have connected me to in this profession? So you will see the reason to be humble to them and go closer to them, because they are like the pioneers of this profession. Those your lecturers that are running away from, they're like the pioneers of this thing. So that's the part. So this our track, which is AI and machine learning, and then anything concerning data in healthcare. So it's just like I said, it will be like a collaboration with other academies, and then we will be in the group guiding you on what to do, how to go about your project and all that. And at the end of this cohort, our main aim is for you to come up with something tangible that you can present. It can be a project, it can be just, it should be something tangible that is presentable. So that is it. And then if there's any other question, I'm still here to attend to your question. Thank you so much.
All right, we can still proceed to the questions now. So if you have any question at all in relation to this, please, you can unmute, you can put your questions in the chat box. Mr. Ifan, you can unmute and ask your question. Mr. Ifan, you can unmute and ask your questions.
Okay, good evening to you all. I'm Oveji Fani Joseph. I joined this call from Asaba Delta State. So thank you today's moderator and the lecturer, Kristen. There is a question I want to ask, sir. The question is, what is your advice in terms of maybe if someone is having conflict of interest on where actually to specialize or to focus his research, in terms of if someone want to specialize on artificial intelligence, but also have interest in something like MRI and some other sub specialties. So what is your advice there for that conflict of interest in area of specialization? Another thing is, what are you, because from what you shared on this lecture series today, understand that you have passed through a lot anyway before you get to this level. So what is your advice to we that is still coming up, or the mistake, or what if to say you have known such type of a thing, or the road aspect of it would have get much better or achieve much better than what you have achieved today. So thank you so much, sir.
Thank you very much. Please, am I allowed to speak?
Yes, you are, sir. You are.
Okay, thank you very much. So on the first question on the conflict of interest, yes, usually you tend to get caught up between a couple of things where you don't know where you would go. But one of the approach you can start from is, first of all, look at the current landscape, okay, of medical imaging. Where are we heading to? Okay, where are we going to? You understand? Then look at what is the trend, okay, what has been ignored. Look at yourself as an individual. Okay, you can't be a jack of all trades. There's one professor, Professor Theophilus Akujedu, is a Ghanaian. He usually tells you that be known with a particular brand. You understand? As you are building from now, I would tell you, okay, a friendly advice. You can do multiple things, as you are building from now. But as the time goes on, as you build a skill set, you see that your interest will develop and your path will become clear as to where you want to be. Don't be at this point, in as much as you don't want to be a jack of all trades, don't be too quick to deter some opportunities. Let's say myself and let's say your founder, let's say you are working on a project, okay, then we reach out to you. Oh, this is a project we are looking at working on. Can you collaborate? They'll tell you, oh, because I'm not in this field, this is not an interest. No. Meanwhile, you don't have any publication. You first of all need the exposure, then you need to build it. As you progress, your interest will develop naturally. If it is AI, if it is MRI, it will develop. AI in the world is something that has been well explored in the world, but in Africa, it's a different story altogether. So, and AI is not a standalone thing. You know, it has its own applications in MRI. It has its own applications in CT or even in general X-ray. And so, as you progress, you would tend to, you know, that your path would be before you, and you would tend to know where you want to be. Okay. And along the line, you come to realize that some of these parts are interconnected. So these parts are interconnected. Why do I say so? You have AI. AI on its own has various applications in healthcare. When it comes to medical imaging, it has its applications in CT, in MRI, in general X-ray. Okay. Again, let's say you are looking at research. Research, if you're applying for, let's say, PhD, you will need at least a research experience. That one publication you have would help you to secure it. So now that you are trying to build your profile, be open. Don't be too quick to narrow down things at this stage. Be open and you build on it, you know, try to build, but don't take too many things. At least 3 or 4 things that you think you can control. You should be able to control them. Be building it. As you progress, your path will align in front of you and you would know where you want to go. The second thing on some of the lessons that you would go. Don't be afraid to dream big. The sky or the universe is big to contain us all. Don't ever be afraid to dream big, and don't let anyone shut you down on your dreams. Okay? If you are in school, okay, let me give you this advice. If you can get the first class, it's not automatic, yes, that you have a first class, you would get this one. Yes, that one is true. But having it maximizes your chances. Always, if you are going for battle, you need to go with your best foot forward. Always, your best foot forward. Don't say that, oh, first class is this, and they are telling me that, oh, someone even didn't get first class and he did this and he did that. No. Please, if you are in school and you can get a first class, get it. Learn as though the world depended on you. Learn, pursue opportunities. If you don't know, ask. One of the things, I think someone said something. The lectures you are running away from, my people, these are the people who are the top gurus. I don't want this lecturer to know me. I was a similar, that was my life in school. I was trying to hide. But these are people who have been there. They have the experience. And this experience is worth it. So get to them. They will teach you. Learn as though your life depended on it. Pursue opportunities. Talk to your people. Reach out for opportunities. And for your conflict of interest, try and get a few things and focus on them. As you progress, your interest will develop naturally and you will align to them. I don't know if I've been able to address your question effectively.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. You are welcome.
Do we still have questions? This is the room for questions, please. You can unmute, you can put your questions in the chat box. Okay, I think we don't have.
Please, moderator, please, that registration, I don't know whether I've done that actually, but if we can also give us some guides, or I don't know whether I joined the WhatsApp group before, maybe the registration I've done before I joined the group. So I also want to be carried along in that registration. If you can help me on that, please.
Okay. So this is what is going to happen. By the end of tomorrow, there should be a new registration link that will be posted only on the track communities, right? Because what we found out that not everybody that registered at the end did the first simple task, which is opening your email and joining your track community. Something as simple as that. So I wonder what happens when you apply for a scholarship and you're scheduled for an interview and don't even open your mail to see them. So we're going to, for people, so if you know you've not registered and you're on this call, reach out to any of the group admins. A registration link will be sent to you by the end of tomorrow. And anybody in the community would be like, we're going to do a new registration for anybody, for all the people in the community, in the WhatsApp tracks at the moment. We're going to do that tomorrow before we officially, we've officially like kicked off, but before we start unfolding what we have, we're going to do a registration. Then secondly, I have a message here. Can we get a brief of what all the programs entails? I think this person is just joining the meeting. I don't know whether you just joined. That has been addressed. You can reach out to any. If you have a friend here that joined the call, you can always reach out. However, this slide document is going to still be sent as in our various WhatsApp group. But we've talked about what the program entails already. We can't go back to that now. It will take a lot. Do we still have questions? Okay, so in the absence of any no other question, I'm going to invite Miss Sandra to give us a closing remark. Sandra has been one of the powerhouse at Arspn, and Miss Sandra, can you unmute and give us a closing remark before we end the call?
Hello everyone, good evening. And thank you everyone for joining today. We are very excited for this program. We sat down and thought, and we saw it fit that young professionals and students still in school, it's better if you know what you want to do. And radiography is big, so it's good we diversify and get into different perspectives. Yeah. So we're very excited for this program. I and the rest of the team, we hope all of you would participate willingly and work well with the mentors. Be diligent and do what you're supposed to do in order that by the end of this program, in the 6 to 7 months, you've done something that you're proud of, and you be a milestone ahead to where you are. Yeah, so we're very hopeful, and we know we have a good cause. Yeah, so the work starts now, and everyone needs to do the work they're supposed to do. We reached out to mentors, and we hope we'll give them an easy time so that we can be able to move forward together. Yeah, so thank you everyone for joining today. Thank you for taking time. Thank you, Mr. Christian Evan. Thank you for the insights that you've given us. Thank you for the advice. Yeah, I hope all of you have listened, and it was a really good talk. Yeah, so thank you so much. And yeah, so let's see how it goes. We are very hopeful. We know it will be great. Yeah, so all we ask is for collaboration between the mentees and the mentors. And let's see at the end of the 6 to 7 months when we come back here. Let's see success stories. Yeah, thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you everyone. And so these we come to an end of 2026 Pioneer Cohort Professional Development and Mentorship Program onboarding session, and we wish you best of luck as you carry on with the rest of your day. You can gladly leave the call now. Further communications will be done on our several WhatsApp group. And again, thank you very much again, Mr. Christian, for all you've done today and for your time and for the insights that you've poured. We don't take it for granted at all. Thank you very much, everyone. See you at the other end of success.